All right, guys, hear me out. I think something we should keep an eye on is the Nets are 4-4 on the season, and they just toughed out a win against Ja Morant's Grizzlies last night. So let's talk to our New York Post Nets beat writer Brian Lewis to give #NetsWorld some early season love. Spread love is the Brooklyn way, as they say. Brian Lewis, how you feeling, my man?
All right. How you doing, man?
I'm feeling great, man. I bet the Nets are feeling great after that big win. And when they were shorthanded at the Barclays, 11 ties, 17 lead changes, and some pretty good defense at the end. So break it down for us. What'd you see?
There was a lot to see. Yes, the Nets are – listen, the way the Nets are playing now, they seem to have figured out what they want to do offensively. After years of living with inefficient mid-range shots, they've leaned into the three. They've figured out how they want to screen and how they want to cut. They're leaning into higher efficiency shots, hard drives to the rim and threes, and they're trying to cut out of their diet those long twos and low efficiency mid-range shots. Defensively, they press 94 feet, and for the most part, they've bought into that. Now what they need to do is figure out how to do that without fouling. You know, maybe that's, you got to slide your feet, show your hands, but they're figuring out how to do that without getting into foul trouble. Once they do that, then you've actually got, shockingly, a competitive team.
They got competitive even more when they got Nic Claxton back into the lineup. He got his first start of the season after he missed the entire preseason. So what did he say about his night? Because I know you talked with him after the game. And how big is it to get him back into the lineup?
Well, it's very big. First off, I mean, you're talking about a team that is missing Day'Ron Sharpe. Last night they were also missing Noah Clowney. They were missing Ben Simmons. So, I mean, they are desperately starved for any kind of athletic size, and he is overwhelmingly their best big man. So, yeah, I mean, he had 10 points, 8 boards, 3 assists, a couple steals, a block. Yeah, he was tired. I mean, he acknowledged that there were times during the game where he was gassed, but he played a season-high 26 minutes. He played both in – he plays a back-to-back, which we weren't sure was going to be ready to happen. He's working his way back to 100%. And I don't mean that in that he's injured. I just mean in that his wind isn't what it would be if he had played at all during the preseason or if he hadn't had a hamstring injury. Once he gets back to 100%, you're going to see how important he really is for this team. And he's vitally important for anything that they want to do.
Yeah, he had a solid night last night, as you said, as he continues to get his basketball legs back. Now here goes the cool question of the day. They've won 4 out of their last 6. They're going to get healthier and get some guys back. So could the Nets be the sleeper team that makes some noise in the NBA this season, or at least the East?
Well, I guess it depends on how you want to define noise.
And I'm not saying beat the Celtics. I'm not saying they beat the Celtics or anything in the Eastern Conference Final, but maybe they ruined someone's Christmas.
I think this is a team that will be pesky and feisty all year, or at least until they trade any of these veterans, right? Now, anything that I say today goes out the window if we look up and they start trading away veterans. I'm not suggesting that is happening tomorrow. All I'm saying is I remember when the Spurs, the year before they got Wemby, they were 5-2. And then they went, I think, like 9-45 over their next 54 games. So it's early, but this team is competitive. These results that you're seeing aren't flukes, right? This is currently what they are. So they are capable of beating decent teams. They're also capable of just not being able to hit shots and losing to teams like Detroit. But they're also efficient enough and run a nice enough offense and play hard enough defensively to beat good teams on their day. And I think that's probably what you're going to see for a while, at least as long as this core group is together.
Brian, you just told me to respectfully pump my brakes. Like, you're like, don't go full stop. It's not a red light. It's a little bit of a yellow, but pump your brakes on that one. There's some. I'm just trying to get the hype up in Brooklyn. Show them some love on the other side of the bridge. On the flip side, Ja Morant at 25 and 9 on the night. He looks like he's back to being a human highlight tape. You think that was? You think Ja Morant is back in terms of being back in the media's eyes?
Well, when you say back, listen, in my eyes, I mean, he is a spectacular player. He's an electrifying player. Physically, he's fine. I mean, he can do all of the things that you're accustomed to seeing him do, and he can wow you the way he always has. Now, I mean, with me, the only question with Ja has always been the maturity angle. Can you do all of the right things and do them consistently and professionally? But physically, he is elite. He is elite, and it's great to see him back out on the court. I'm sure it's great for the NBA to have him back out on the court doing the wondrous 360-degree things that he was doing last night.
Yeah, he put some butts in the seat, but it was great that the Nets can kind of capitalize on that, his star ability, and capitalize with that win. So huge win for the Nets last night. Brian Lewis, thanks for joining us, sir.
Oh, thanks for having me. Anytime.